All right. Says we're live. Hello. How are we? Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to set that down quite so loudly next to the mic. Hello. How are we? It has been a yesterday was interesting. Yesterday I spent a good part of the day, like a solid 6-hour chunk, I would say, decluttering and organizing and consolidating stuff. My mom had asked for some help decluttering our office/library/junk room that has been accumulating more and more stuff ever since we moved in. And it was already like just sort of like the catch-all room of like stuff we didn't know where to put. And so yesterday was we sort of got some of the big pieces out and donated, and consolidated some things, and Mom finally let go of some things so we could donate them. And so it's on the way to becoming organized. But it took quite a bit of time. And so Mom is sort of like a hobby seamstress in some ways. She likes making arts and crafts, but she also like mends things. And she used to sew clothes for us when we were little. And so I remember having matching zoo outfits with zoo print, prints of safari animals and zoo things. And so we would go to the Jacksonville Zoo when we lived in Jacksonville in our matching zoo outfits, my brother and I. So had the little sun hat, the little like bucket hat type thing. Yeah, everything. We have pictures of it somewhere. So anyway, so she's got boxes of fabric as well as holiday boxes that she's going to go through. So her goal for today and what she's doing is she's pulling the extra boxes of fabric that she had in her closet to sort of like stand with the buckets of fabric that she had in the office closet. And she's going to go all through all of that and try and declutter it on her own. Well, I am doing this with y'all. So yay for decluttering indeed, Laura. So yeah, that was my yesterday was spent doing that. So I did not get writing done. So today I'm hoping that I can make up for that. As well as later this week, I just scheduled all the streams for the rest of the month. But later this week, after Wednesday's show, I'm going to pack because we're headed on a road trip down to Florida to visit family. And so then I won't be able to stream till the next Wednesday when we are back. And then the following week after that, I have jury duty on Monday. So I don't know how long I will have to do jury duty. So I did not schedule one for Monday, the 25th, but I scheduled for Wednesday and Friday because I don't know how things are going to go. If they need me, great. If they don't, great. This April is turning out to be not quite so writing heavy as I had intended. So we're going to have to try and make up for some of that while we are here. But yes, so how are we? That's why I said, happy Sunday. Have you done your self-care for the weekend? Have you set up your plan for the next week? How are we doing? Nikki says, hello. How are you? Kai is here. Heya, found a solution to a problem in your book that has been annoying you for 2 years. And you got to spend the first hour working, but then you'll start writing. Yay for finding the problem. That's amazing. Because now you know what to aim at in order to fix. So Monique is here. Hello. How are you? Cool Gamer is here. Hello. And Laura is here. Hello. CB is here. Hello. Yes, yay for decluttering indeed. Jenna says hi. Hello. And Monique says, "Yay for road trips!" Yes, well, it is a road trip that I am very familiar with because it is the holiday, one of the holiday and or family event down to the same location. So it's kind of like we know which rest areas to stop at, where we're gonna have lunch. It's like one of two places. So it's like we have, it's very very routine at this point. Although we usually don't go for Easter. We just happen to be there for Easter this time because there's also going to be a baby shower. So, yay. We found some very cute things. We're going to wrap them up all nice and have fun with fam. Kate says, hello, hello. Very behind on your camp goal today. Yes, me too. But today's frantic push is to get chapter 44 ready. Excellent. Hopefully we can do that. Monique says, working on chapter 8 of your sci-fi work in progress. Nice. Heather is here. Hello. And Monique says, your crew is in the space version of Vegas. Ooh, nice. Excellent. So I'm curious, is your space version of Vegas, is it on a space station? On a sort of like space cruise ship, like, or on a planet of its own? How does that work for you? What does Space Vegas look like? And y'all, I swear I am not doing this on purpose, but you know how we have been having the bird streams lately. Yesterday's card was the flamingo. Today's card is the peacock. So we are continuing with the birds. Good Lord. I don't know why this is happening, but apparently it is. Apparently we need more sort of like earth air element of like bird in our life. I don't know. It just happens. Okay. But this is hilarious at the same time. Like, it's great, but it's also very hilarious to me. Okay, so anyway, so peacock is let it shine. So I'll put it over our little whiteboard over here. I probably ought to just switch. Yeah, that'd make more sense if I switch hands to do this. All right, so peacock is let it shine. When is the last time you shook a tail feather and shined your light for all to see? Within each of us is a peacock spirit yearning for expression, and you are called now to show the world the gorgeous creature you are, for you are a manifestation of spirit. Come out from the shadows, the peacock says, and show your true colors so that others may be inspired to express their own exquisiteness. Let's see. Dance if you remember that you are... Is this the same one? Yes, okay. Dance as if you remember that you are made of stardust and grace, filled with life force energy and sparkling light. You are a channel for divine love, and your dance is one of a kind. Catch the light and help it to shimmer and dance in celebration of your good fortune of being right here, right now. The peacock wants you to be so joyful so that others may get up and dance along with you. So, it's a very good card. I like it. Because it's telling you that it's time to acknowledge that you are worth showing off, which is nice. You and yourself and your work are worth showing off, which is something that as a writer who struggles with imposter syndrome, that is a very nice reminder of like, your stuff is worth showing. Your stuff is fancy. Your stuff is beautiful. Your story is great and entertaining. And so it's a very nice affirmation. So make of the peacock what you will, but that is today's card, continuing our bird saga. I'm really tempted to peek at what tomorrow's will be, but we're going to show that tomorrow, whatever it is. So we may or may not have another bird. I'm not sure exactly how many birds are left in the deck that we have not gotten. So anyway, so yes, so the bird streak continues. So there you go. Isn't it hilarious? Yes. Just more and more birds. Heather says, I successfully made some notes on your introductory pages for your planner just now in your stream. Excellent. Good. I'm glad. Yes, I was trying to make sure I had all of my to-do list checked off before I hopped on, so I'm sorry that I missed your stream. Jenna says hi to BA. And Monique says, especially because you're Space Crime Lord. Yes, he does have a peacock feather. We talked about this last time. Yes. Yeah. Oh, and what was the line about space dust or like stardust? Where are you? Dan says, if you remember that you are made of stardust and grace. So space themed peacock feather. Nice connection for you. Yes, absolutely. Love that. BA says, hey to Jenna. Kate says, I love that card. It's a great card, isn't it? Jenna says, I needed that today. Me too. that affirmation that like, yes, you're worthy to show off your light. That's amazing. Heather says, same, Jenna. Yes. And Megan is here. Hello. How are you? And Claude is here. Hello. Just in time. Yes. Welcome. Jenna says, I recently bought 2 planners to start using in May, and you're excited. Yes, I am too. I love all things planner and stationery, and like they're great. They're great. It's so fun when you get a new one and like that you crack it open and you're like, oh, the potential. Yes, it's fantastic. All right, Claude says hello to Jenna, and Heather says, I'm feeling pretty good now about the project planner and no worries. Yay. CB says, I finally just finished chapter 7. Excellent progress. Monique says to Heather and to Jenna, thanks for reminding me that I need to work on my bullet journal. There you go. I've got my week in the bullet journal. I have not set up a new week for this coming week because it's like sort of a weird, chaotic week. But I do have like my planning list or my packing list of things to pack for day the like on Wednesday, and then what to pack Thursday morning as we are ready to leave. So I've got that. I've also got stuff in my actual planner rather than the Bujo. I'm trying to decide which one I should take or if I should just take both. I don't know. We'll see. Megan says, I had such a wonderful day yesterday. You're not sure what you're going to do today. You made such progress on your novel during Laura's stream. Well, I should pop an invite into the IG group in case you want to join. I will do that in the first sprint. So let's get through this thing. So if you feel like joining me, I will shortly post the link and you'll be able to join if you feel like. No pressure. In case being on the stream is what needs to happen to continue. Jenna says, I got 1 for work and 1 for personal goals. Excellent. Yes. I like that. I like having multiple planners, maybe just because I have a planner addiction, but I also like having the sort of like distinct separation of like work and you. That way it does help you separate out things, sort of like give yourself that step away from work. And it's that clear distinction that is very helpful for turning off your work brain. So yeah. Jenna says, I was napping during that stream and missed it. Whoopsies. Claude says, fantastic, thanks. Finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel that is your outline. Yay! That's amazing. BA says, your internet is being mean today. Oh no! You apparently can't have more than 1 tab open at a time. Oh no. That stinks. Hopefully it will be kinder to you. CB says, take both. Yeah. I'm thinking that's probably what I'm going to do. That way I can have my bullet journal to actually like do journaling in. Because my other planner doesn't have that much space for journaling. So Jenna says, I'm good. I've been slow this weekend, but need to get some outlines completed. Okay, good. Do you have mask, sanitizer, and wipes? We've got sanitizer in the car because it's a special type of hand sanitizer that my mom can actually use. She's allergic to some of the types of alcohol that are in typical isopropyl alcohol. And so we have to have the sanitizer that's the ethyl alcohol base. So we've got those. I ordered some more disposable masks for sticking in the glove box because that's where we keep our extras. So those will be arriving on Tuesday. I don't have wipes in the car, and I don't have wipes on my list, so let me put that down. Thank you, CB. You need to discipline yourself with work once you're full-time to keep yourself organized. Yes. Personal one is just for the journey of life. Yes. You made some changes to your outline yesterday. I mean, outlines I feel like are never set in stone. You know, it's just like they're able to do that. Due to personal experience, you decided you'd have a chapter for the 3 events that Bayani would regard as the worst months of her life. Okay. There you go. Persephone says, hey, peeps. Hello. Welcome. We've got one in the car. Yes. Thank you. I also stick a couple extra Band-Aids in my suitcase for, blisters on the shoes because of shoes and things. So my mom is allergic to isopropyl alcohol. So the typical hand sanitizers from like Equate and whatnot, she cannot use. She will get a irritated rash and swelling of her skin. And so we have to have the ethyl alcohol, I think. Ethyl. Hang on. I'll grab a bottle that she has that's okay. It's in the kitchen. I'm trying to. It was a cheap version from Walmart, but we bought when they finally became available because the isopropyl stuff had been sold out. So they tried to stock the shelves with the other kinds of sanitizer, and this one she could use. So yeah. But I mean, it still dries your hands out. So she always, we still have to have tons of lotion lying around. But yeah. Persephone says hello and waves. Heather says hello to Persephone. Claude says, you're right. In my case, my outlines are definitely set in mud, not in stone. Yeah. Amen for that. Mission where Laurent dies will be just one chapter. Meeting Lord Margrave will be another. And the mission where they liberate a planet of escaped slaves will be another chapter. Okay, sorry. They're liberating a planet of escaped slaves. So the slaves have already escaped, or they are helping the slaves escape? Confused. Jenna says, same for the outlines. You got a big container of aloe vera hand sanitizer on Amazon, and your skin isn't too bad with it. Okay. Okay, so you have sensitive skin and an alcohol allergy. Nice. I will keep that in mind for the next time we have to order. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So I would check which alcohol it is that is in the sanitizer that you have gotten a reaction from. And then I would make sure that whatever the next sanitizer you buy does not have that kind. So that would be, and also no scent to them, so, because a lot of scents and fragrances are bound using isopropyl alcohol. That's why mom can't wear perfumes. And so when she goes to the doctor to get shots and blood work done, she always has to tell them, do not swab my arm with isopropyl alcohol. I am allergic to it. I will react. Do not. You have to clean it with something else. So yeah. Okay. All right. So share the screen. Let's do this. Let's do this and make our peacock selves shine and show off. All right, so during the stream, this sprint, I'm going to share the link to the IG group. Those of you who know where it is and would like to join me stream side, and I will also grab the sanitizer. So those are the two things I need to do. All right, so here we go. All right, if you have already been working this morning, make sure you save your document. If you have not, make sure that you pull your document up. 2, make sure that you have something to hydrate with. I have both water and tea. 3, make sure that you straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Those are your reminders. Here we go. We're going to start with 20-minute warm-up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Hello.
Hello.
We're joined by Megan.
Yay.
Yay. That was fun. I managed to essentially just do, I just made a week thing for next week. It's much smaller.
Nice.
Because I will be focused on some other things besides my normal. So I just decided to do that. I did get a sticky note of some name ideas for characters, which those are pretty rare for me. So yay, stick it in there. And then I did run and I checked the sanitizer. This is one of our newer bottles, but it is ethyl alcohol based. So I put the spelling of it in the chat because I wasn't entirely sure. I'm pretty sure it's pronounced ethyl, but
Yeah.
I could just be channeling oh god, what's his name? Ray Stevens. He's a musician who writes really hilarious songs. There's a song about a streaker, and one of the lines is from a character who's talking to a reporter who's he's just trying to explain, it was terrible, it was horrible, suddenly it came out of nowhere, don't look, Ethel. And then like by the end of the song, Ethel, where are you going, Ethel? Put your clothes on. It's a hilarious song. If y'all have never encountered Ray Stevens, the singer-songwriter, hilarious.
Sounds fun.
I highly recommend. Yeah. How'd you do, Megan?
I was on Twitter looking at all the cute animal content. There was I've seen it before, but it's this elephant, this baby elephant. His mom like shows him how to go down there's like a miniature cliff. I don't know what to call it. My brain isn't working. We'll call it a miniature cliff. And so the mom is showing him how to go off it. And then the little baby elephant just like tumbles down. Like just rolls over. It's the funniest thing. And
baby animals are hilarious because they really like human babies don't know how to function with their bodies. Plus usually their bodies are growing at such an exponential rate that even if they could get used to their body as it was, their body outgrows them, and so they're forever trying to adjust and get used to a new norm that is ever changing, just based on like size of things. So yeah. Alrighty. So there was some chat about makeup and foundation and chemicals and all of the things. Yes. And this is definitely a concern because chemicals do weird things to skin. And makeup generally has a lot of chemicals in them.
Yeah.
Whether it's for like preservation or for, whatever the chemical is intended to do. So Kai says, same, though the money you save on makeup you put towards really good skincare, which is a good idea as well. But poor CB can't use any skincare project. Oh no. In that case, hopefully you can at least use sunscreen, because that's sort of like one of the basic things in order to keep your skin okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. Hannah says, hello, Hannah. And Hannah's wearing purple in her avatar, by the way. So I always like it. CB got 203 words that time. Excellent. Jenna says, hi, Megan.
Hello.
Nikki has an excerpt, I think. The Victorian mansion lurked on the hill from above. Your question is, what does lurk mean here? So lurk often has this connotation of like it's staring at you and you don't know why, but it's kind of like this creepy or like suspicious type of staring at you. And so the connotation of this sentence, I think, is that this is an old creepy mansion that is like set up isolated on a hill, and it just sort of like it's this eyesore that catches your eye, but every time you look at it, it's sort of like creepy, but it like influences the air or the area around it to make the area creepy feeling, is sort of like what I would say. I mean, it's definitely an interesting word choice to influence the sort of like the feel that you get from just that sentence.
I would agree.
Yeah. So if you took out lurked and put perched on the hill above, that gives a different sort of atmosphere. If you changed lurked to perched, what kind of atmosphere would you sort of like get from that, Megan? Would you?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is like a hoppy little bird, like very, like I don't know, just like this kind of head motion.
Yes, it's sort of like happy, a little bit more energetic,
perky.
Perched does sort of have this like it might move at any moment type of feeling to it. So it's a little lighter feeling. So the Victorian mansion lurked, like I imagine this sort of like dark, gloomy mansion, kind of fallen apart maybe. But if a Victorian mansion perched on the hill, it might be painted bright white and pastels and like look like one of the Victorian ladies' houses, as they call them.
And I get the picture for lurked like crookedness. You know, it might not necessarily be the most erect building on the block. It might be kind of crumbling or something like that. That you kind of get that image in your head that it's not the most well-maintained building on the block.
Yeah. Word choices is so important, but also like it's fantastic and fun to just play with it.
Mm-hmm.
I love word choice. CB says, or to CB, I'm always sort of like transposing this. Kai says to CB, I'm sorry you haven't found anything yet for skincare. And Kate edited scene 1 of chapter 44. Yes. Good. Hannah says, no words, just joined. You're going to stick to handwriting today. Yes, yes. Kai says, got the work done that you'd planned done. Yay! You were expecting it to take 2 sprints, so you're glad you can get to writing even sooner. Yay!
Ooh, yay!
That's awesome. Kai says, I also now have chocolates. So win-win.
Ooh.
Yes. You have to be careful with shampoos. Yeah. You can use sunscreen and after sun, but the rest, nope. Okay. Well, at least you have protection from the sun.
Yes. That's the most important.
Yes. Kai says you have found unscented shampoo bars have been really good for you. Yes, that is one thing that's nice about more recently is that shampoo bars have given more options, because I find a lot of the liquid ones do have a lot of chemicals to kind of stabilize it for longer, whereas the shampoo ones the bars don't have, like they don't have the opportunity to like separate out into layers. And so it might be a little bit more stable that way without the additional chemicals. CB, I have to use simple unscented shampoo or baby shampoo because otherwise your scalp breaks out. Well, at least we do have a couple things for you then.
Yeah.
So BA says, worked on the outline a bit. You have run into a problem. Uh-oh. You need to figure out how to make the age difference in the characters make sense.
Part 1 of 2.
One character needs to be about 230 years old, while the other needs to be about 16 or 17. Wizard versus mortal. Well, I mean, I think as long as you're explaining that it's a wizard, super old, mortal, regular age, I think that makes sense.
And maybe just don't have them date.
Yeah. I mean, that is like definitely a weird thing about like supernatural and human couples in paranormal is that when you start to when you get over the suspension of disbelief and you really start thinking about their age, like it
just doesn't work.
No. Yeah. Claude says, my cat knows how to lurk when he's hungry too. Yes, yes. Okay, that's what you thought it meant, and you're reading a story, and that's the sentence. Yes. Yep. CB was laughing. Lurked suggests something out of the Addams Family.
Yes.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, yes. So this is the problem with like clicking things out of order. CB says there's this store here in the UK called Lush, and you can't use any of their stuff. Yes.
Oh no,
Lush.
I love Lush. They have some stores here in the US for Lush, and they've got some great products, especially like the bath bombs.
I agree with Hannah. It's far too fragranced. But for me, anytime I walk into a store like Lush or Bath and Body Works or even like Pier 1 and sort of like the imported, like, I don't know what you call them, those stores, there are so many things that are scented, but all of the scents mixed together and it just makes this like weird combo of dissonant smells. And like I can't stay in the store very long. So I have never understood how the poor workers who have to work in those stores.
Well, you get desensitized to the smell after a while.
Yeah, I would suppose you have to, because otherwise I would be walking around with a migraine the whole time. So,
or maybe they're like me. I don't have a very good sense of smell. Like,
well, in that case, that might be fine, you know. And so,
yeah,
I don't think I would ever be able to work in the incense corner or, you know, one of the candle stores or whatnot, which is a shame. Yeah. And I like the stuff. I just can't take it when it's all like piled together. Body Shop has some unscented stuff and it generally only lasts a few months. So it shouldn't have stabilizers and things. Oh, that's true. Interesting. I don't know. You're fine with Bath and Body Works sanitizers. Interesting.
Interesting.
I have not looked to see what alcohol base they are, because they always had scents. So like we couldn't use them because my mom would break out. So Kai says I can have the seaweed bath bomb and one of their face masks, and that's it. Vitamin E range from Body Shop is pretty good, and Drops of Youth. Aren't the names of some of these things fascinating?
Yes.
Like, can you imagine being the namer for like all of the products?
I've wanted, so freelancing, there are jobs where your job is just to help people come up with names for their products and their business and stuff. And I'm like, I would totally love to do that if I was a little more clever. But like, you really have to have like a really sharp mind to come up with a clever name for some of these businesses. And it fascinates me.
And I think I saw an article recently about a lady who has essentially turned into a consultant for naming babies. Like that's her job, is to name people's babies. I'm like, you're essentially just like character creating, but just like for everybody else. And you know, as a person who struggles to name things, I'm like, I want to know how your brain works, because mine does not work that way. Don't also also don't have the executive function skills that are required to use it every day. That's the other reason you don't use them. Gotcha. Yeah, I do not do skincare every day because, again, I can't remember it. Like, I can barely remember to take my allergy pills during allergy season. Like, I'm not going to remember to do skincare every day. Oh, well. Oh, well.
Oh, well.
I know. All right. I need to pull together a... Here's what we'll do. I'm going to use one of Devin's timers, but I'm not going to use it for the full time. I'm going to scroll it down to the 25-minute mark, if I can find that timing. Oh, so close. I got to 24:59. Okay. Close enough. So we will use part of Devin's 75-minute timer. Alrighty. So don't forget, second sprint is the self-promo sprint. So if you have something that you would like to promote, don't forget to do so. So if you have a YouTube channel, a Twitch channel, a Amazon author page, an Etsy store, a website, a blog, a Fiverr account, a Coffee account, etc., that you would like to promote, now's the time to do so. Make sure that if you do not have the blue wrench of power, you will not be able to post direct links. So you'll have to type out the .and .com in order to get around the automated YouTube cleaner thing. Otherwise, don't forget to save your document. Make sure you take a sip of whatever you're supposed to be hydrating with. Cheers. And 3, make sure that you straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Oh my gosh, I just tried to eat my hair. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Those are your reminders. Here we go. 25 minutes and apparently 7 seconds in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. That was the timer. How'd we do? I did really good. I got on a roll. I'm getting some dialogue done, and I'm actually kind of pleased with the dialogue for once.
Nice.
So I got 460 words that sprint. So that was a good sprint. Normally I feel really, really stilted with a lot of my dialogue. And like I'm never sure, like, is this explaining too much? Is this like not giving enough detail? Like, but like I feel like it was a decent mix of dialogue. And so this particular bit is the two main characters are discussing someone's plan to sort of compromise the Duke. And so normally it, like, you know, the aristocratic Regency or Victorian era, they're caught in a compromising act, or the woman's reputation is compromised. But here they're trying to compromise the Duke. So I'm like playing with that little bit of word choice and arrangement that we had kind of talked about. So I'm having fun with it.
That's fun.
So yeah, but I should save it now that I've made some.
Yes. Save. I worked on my novel at the point that I had left off at. I'm rewriting. This is my just the whole story, rewriting the whole thing, and I'm getting towards the ending. I know I'm getting there, but I just don't know how to end it. And I'm like, I'm getting closer, but I'm not quite there. But it should be ending like soon. But I just added a whole bunch of stuff that's gonna like, and I don't want to do the thing where like 5 years later.
Oh, okay. So you want to have a that end of their new, whatever their new status quo is, you want it to be like right there when it wraps up, not an epilogue way later. Gotcha.
But unfortunately, it seems to be leaning towards the and 5 years later.
Gotcha. I mean, some people do like the epilogues, but I mean, up to you.
Yeah.
I have, and there are more and more stories, I think, that have sort of like the kind of open ending. So I don't know if you want to have that kind of thing.
Well, I do know I want to have a kind of ambiguous, like not morally ambiguous, but like ambiguous between good or bad, like happy or sad ending. I kind of want it to be ambiguous. Like I want it to be both happy and sad, bittersweet, maybe.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So you don't want to
essentially wrap everything up in a pretty pink bow. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Oh no, Laura is in a conundrum.
What is your conundrum? How can we help you?
Yes. Do let us know what the conundrum is as we go through the self-promos. That way we will be able to...
Ooh. She's trying to figure out if she wants to put her horror collection on Kickstarter so she can fund an audiobook as well. That would be fun.
That would be fun.
And if so, I will have to do a print run instead of a print on demand.
Oh, interesting. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
I wonder why you have to have the print run, though.
Laura thinks.
Because there has to be a physical product for Kickstarter?
I think so. Well, I don't know if it necessarily has to be a physical product. It could be like a digital product, but...
She's like, "Hey, Brandon Sanderson, teach me." Well, I'm wondering why you wouldn't have to have like just an ebook.
Yeah.
I don't know. That is something that needs to be looked up, though. All right, where were we? I have no idea. I got distracted. Okay, so BA was describing the new project. It's a mother and son. She has to leave. Okay, so this was the wizard mortal. Here we go. Wizard mortal. A mother and son. She has to leave the mortal world. She can't take him with her. She comes back to the mortal world to find him because she needs his magic to help save the wizard world. Okay.
That sounds so much fun.
Yes. Okay, so was she a normal age when she had him, and the wizard world has a different space-time continuum thing?
Ooh.
Or was she old when she had him? That would be my question. I think it might be fun to have the wizard world have some sort of like time warping.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Kai says, I'm supposed to use an emollient 4 times a day, but you can't get it on your clothes or bedding, so it's hard to find the time. Yeah, that would be hard.
Mm.
Like, you just stand like this for like, I don't know. Don't touch anything. CB says you can take a shower, so be right back. BA says, that sounds interesting. Or 2BA, here we go again. Doing it again. Kai says, 2BA sounds interesting. BA says, thank you. And here's Megan. Do you want to say your promo?
I will write sales copy for your business starting at $15. Sales copy includes anything from tweets to Kickstarter projects and anything in between.
All those Instagram captions that we hate doing.
Yes, Instagram captions, anything that you're trying to sell something, trying to get people to do an action. I am great at getting people to do the action.
Excellent. CB says, I have 38 stories on Archive of Our Own under the name Pepperoni Fan 1982 and some videos on my YouTube channel. I almost said visitors. I don't know why. And BA says, my work in progress page. Here it is, bapascar.com, and you can find it under the books tab. And Heather says, I've heard of Lush as well. Heather streamed earlier today, and there's that stream if you need a replay for more sprints. Don't think you'll be streaming on Sundays for the rest of the month unless you have a pop-up stream sometime. Gotcha. And if you need a journal for your tarot draws, I have one. I made one. It looks like this.
It's very pretty.
So this was, if you need to answer some questions for your tarots, you can do that in a large print journal. So that's where it is. And Heather says, here's my channel on YouTube. And Kai says, there's a Lush store near you that has a cinnamon pretzel place outside. The combination of smells is very interesting. Cinnamon and waxy soap. Yeah, I would imagine that would be kind of weird.
That would be
Plus,
strange.
I don't think it helps because I'm pretty sure Lush has like a cinnamon bun, like flavored stuff.
Yeah.
Heather says, I'm a freelance editor specializing in line editing, copy editing, and proofreading for independent writers and publishers. And you offer free samples of up to 2,000 words. And there's the link for Heather's website.
Nice.
CB is back from the shower. And Devin is here. Hello. I think Devin might have been able to catch a little bit of us using just a wee bit of Devin's timer.
That timer is rather violent because you just see the bird like spearing the fish with its beak, and you're just like, that's kind of gruesome.
Yeah. But I kind of, like, I saw it and I was like, how would Devin feel if he actually got the full 75 minutes, he'd be like, gotcha. And so it was kind of a perfect image, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So, yes. Devin says, here's my link tree at Dev75. And Nikki says, here's my YouTube channel. And Devin says, here's the More Sprints playlist. And Kai got 9 more words than me.
Nice.
Nope, I lied. I thought I had 430, but I have 460. I got more words than Kai. Yeah. Tina says hello. And here's my channel. So here's Tina's channel link. And this is where Laura was saying you're in a conundrum. Kate says, got through all but repetition of the Pro Writing Aid report. Excellent. Good. Okay, paperback, ebook, audiobook, bookmarks, stickers, and signed book plates.
Ooh. All fun goodies.
Oh, okay. So that's the list of everything you want to sell for the horror collection. Gotcha. Okay. That would make sense then that you would have to print a certain amount of all of them, because stickers and book plates and bookmarks you wouldn't necessarily have print on demand of. That makes sense. Okay. CB says the 2 biggest problems for you with shampoo bars is you have really oily hair and very dry scalp. Yeah. Same. BA worked on the outline and brainstormed some plot and subplot points. Yes.
Nice.
I like a good subplot. Subplots are very important for when the downtime happens for the main plot. Kai says to Laura, is there any downside to doing a Kickstarter and not having it funded if there aren't enough people? And if there are enough, then you will have a vague calculation of how much you need. Yep. Consider pros and cons on how much the sort of like minimum you need. Yeah. Tina says to Laura, check out the 6-Figure Author podcast. They've covered Kickstarter pretty extensively. Oh, that's a good bit of advice. Nice. Thanks, Tina. That's great. I have to save that link for myself for the future. Laura says, I have enough to get the book edited, formatted, and proofread for paperback and ebook. Not enough to do an audiobook, though. Okay. Yeah. And the audiobooks are nice because it does make it accessible. And there are a lot of people who just do prefer to listen to books as long as they are read well. So yeah, having professionals do it is important.
Yes.
Because I get tired of hearing my own voice. I know you wouldn't think so because we're doing the streams and you hear us talk all the time, but yeah, having a professional being able to do it, or having somebody that would enjoy doing it but also enjoy doing like voices for your characters, or doing the atmosphere with their voice, like having that is important. So you like the time warp idea? Oh, good. Yeah.
Nice.
Laura says thank you to Tina. And Kai says to Laura, wouldn't the audiobook be the main product and the others the add-on / higher tier items?
That's possible.
That is possible too, then. If you do the Kickstarter for the audiobook of it. Tina says to Laura, no problem. If I remember, I think you would just need to provide the audiobook if that is what you're looking to use funding for. Yeah. Providing the audiobook would get rid of the shipping issues too. True.
Yeah.
I think this was in reference to the spearing of the fish. Gruesome Meg's chills. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I do tend to like modulate my voice a lot more for camera and also for reading of short pieces. But I can tell you from having to read to students that you can only do that for so long before your energy bottoms out.
Oh man.
And so like if you're recording it in pieces, that might work. Like so if you're recording scene by scene or chapter by chapter and they're shorter, that might work. But like I would not be able to just like read an hour at a time. Because I just like I can't. Tina says to Laura, if you do end up shipping stuff, don't forget to use the media rate. It lowers the cost significantly. Ooh.
Yeah, media mail is like ridiculously cheaper than like if you're gonna ship a book to someone, always do media mail because it's like so much cheaper.
I don't know that I knew that existed. So I'm gonna write that down. There. Tis now on a sticky. Wild Duck Productions, hello. You've done more audiobooks because you don't feel you have to memorize every single word on the page. Yeah. Yeah. And Laura says to Tina, brilliant. Yes. I love the fact that the community is so willing to share all the tips and tricks and ways to help. That's fantastic. Love that. All right. Megan, are you ready for another sprint?
Yes, let's get into it.
Should we use Devin's violent timer to maybe one of Laura's pretty timers? Let's switch to one of Laura's pretty timers.
Pretty timers. Oh, so pretty. It just reminds me of My Fair Lady, the beginning of it.
Ah.
All the flowers.
Well, I know that I think Laura was using, if I remember right, the typewriter timers yesterday when you were getting so much done.
I honestly don't remember. I was so absorbed in what I was doing.
Nice. All right. Oh no, Laura says I don't see media mail as an option in Canada. You'll keep searching. Oh no.
Oh boo.
I hope they have a version of it at least.
Yeah.
That would be nice. I wonder, I mean, Twitter might know. Google might know, Twitter might know, who knows. All right, let's do this. Don't forget to save.
Yes.
Clicky, click. Excellent. Don't forget to sip. Cheers.
Cheers.
Don't forget to stretch or do a posture check. Roll those shoulders back. Wiggle your hands and your arms if you need them. If we need our arms and our hands, yes, we do. Sorry, brain. 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. All right. 25 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. How was that? How'd you do, Megan?
I didn't come up with anything new for my story, but I got some snacks and I got some snacks.
You gotta feed your brain in more ways
Yes.
than one. Sorry, I'm actually gonna snuff the candle that I have in front of me. I'm starting to let out a little too much smoke. So I'm just gonna deal with it and it can cool off. So I don't know if you regularly burn candles or not.
Not sometimes. Occasionally, I have like 3 of them.
I have one of the little snuffers that I got from the Dollar Tree. It goes all the way. Either
wow.
So it was $1. This is before they upped the price to $1.25. But that means that like the long pillar candles.
Oh, nice.
You can actually just vertically go and snuff it.
I need one of those. I need to like go to the Dollar Tree more often, see what they've got. Our Dollar Tree doesn't usually have cool stuff like that.
Well, I don't think they used to carry them, but they did when I was going around Christmas time, and it was I was playing the elf for the family, and so I had received a certain allotment of funds, and I was like, "Ooh, this one's going to be to me," because I also do the wrapping. So,
nice.
Well, you get to see as the elf privileges. You get to buy what you want for yourself at the Dollar Tree. So. Yeah. Anyway, so I got I think about maybe about 275 or 300, somewhere in that range. And then I got distracted by updating some of my trackers, because I had decided that I would start tracking the days that I spend money. And so I had to go back and update. But this week I had ordered a couple of things. And I'm like, which day did I order those on? So
I really like mint.com for tracking things like that, purchases and staying on budget. It's kind of a budget tracking tool. Like you connect all your accounts to it and it monitors everything. And so it's I love it. I've been using it since before Intuit bought it. And,
so what's it called again?
Mint.com.
Mint. Okay.
Yes.
Like mint, the mint that makes the money.
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah, my mom was actually just looking at some of my grandfather's old pennies. So she's
nice.
like, yeah, we got some from the 1800s. You want one? I'm like, I don't know if it's worth anything. Sure. Otherwise, no, because I might actually spend it. That kind of thing. So
yeah.
But she found one of the ones that was like the extra thick when they made them. Thick.
Yeah.
So they don't. Nice. It doesn't fit quite the same as the others in the little protective sleeves, things like that. So my father had collected some coins over the years, and then his father had some, and so we have some pretty special coins from my grandfather on my father's side.
Nice.
And so now that my grandparents on my mom's side have passed, we're starting to get some things that have been already divvied up. So, but yeah, it's kind of weird to think like how long back some of the coins.
Oh, and like what did someone use this for, and like to buy, or did they just save it their whole life, and did it sit on a counter somewhere that they like looked at every so often? And
yeah, you can tell that some of them were still in circulation when the cars that we have now, because they've been very obviously run over a couple of times. I think those are pretty distinct.
Mhm.
So, all right. Let's check and see how everybody did. Laura thinks maybe bubble mailers will help. Maybe.
I
Maybe
have
that's
a
their
whole box
equivalent.
of
I don't
bubble
know.
mailers.
And I have
Just
finished. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I have finished consuming the tea. I am now onto just plain water.
nice.
Heather says I've been making dinner for the Petite fan. You know, I don't think about your the other channel. Yes, but here it is, and there you go. CB says 110 words. Excellent. Good. Tina managed to upload a manuscript to Amazon.
Ooh, yay.
Yay!
How exciting.
Yes. That's it. That is exciting. And also kind of terrifying because then you have to like I'm sure you've already done the double checking and everything, but like you're thinking, okay, are the margins correct? Have I got the all of the innards?
Well, it now starts the obsessive like stat watching where you just look at your stat page like, did I sell anything yet? How about now?
Yeah.
Now? Yeah.
Well, and it's also with the print on demand stuff, with the tarot journal that I have,
Mhm.
it doesn't actually show up in the stats until it's been shipped.
Oh.
And so somebody can tell me, "Oh, I bought your journal today," but it won't show up until like however many days later once it ships. And I'm like,
Oh.
did they do it or did they lie? I don't know. My trust in humanity is at stake. Kate took a reading break that sprint. Lol, one of your favorite stories just updated.
Nice.
Nice. 527. Excellent.
Impressive.
You start off this scene intense and it end up comedic. Yes. Works with those two characters though. Yes. But if it's been an intensive building scene, then yeah, sometimes you need that break so that your reader doesn't like snap and throw your book across the room.
Yeah.
So you're almost up to 60 subs on this channel. You've got over 210 on the other one to this week, and yay! That's
nice.
exciting. Yeah, I know I'm only a couple away from like the next milestone, so I'm like,
you're so close.
BA says I put some of the outline / plots onto index cards so you can move them around so they are organized.
Nice.
Yes. I know I'm so tempted because I'm not real good at index cards. But I'm thinking I kind of like the idea of like putting them up on the wall or like door and just being able to like move them around physically.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I have a blank wall above my bed that could work for that. And I also have like the door back there that I could use.
And there's always the ceiling. Unless you have popcorn ceiling.
Popcorn ceiling.
Oh,
well, it's not quite popcorn. It's like sponge plasterwork.
Yeah.
So CB says, I've ordered 2 more music theory books for another exam board because you're thinking of switching. But CB, you just passed. What are you thinking of switching to now? I'm confused. Is it still would it still be clarinet? BA says your $1.25 tree. Yeah, now they should change the name, right? Your $1.25 tree never gets cool stuff in. Yeah, there's only a couple things that have like really stuck as being like kind of cool. So that one is extremely useful. So I don't know that if you would count it cool, but it's useful. One of the cool things that they labeled it as snake eggs in the toy section, but it's 2 sort of like oval magnets that work as a fidget toy, but also like they're magnets, and you can like spin them and they'll continue to spin for a long time. I don't know. Anyway, I'll have to see if I can find mine. But yeah. CB has an excerpt for us. Maya is going to be thrilled about this. Are you being sarcastic? Yes. Oh, sorry. Let me reread. Maya is going to be thrilled about this. Are you being sarcastic? Yes. Maya is likely to have a conniption. I was right. Maya did have a conniption, and it was a major row. Yes, I still think we need some sort of internationally recognized signal for sarcasm.
Hashtag S, or not hashtag, slash S is my favorite.
Yeah. Yes, because sometimes when I'm reading stuff and then we get the like you said, like, are we being sarcastic? Yes. I'm like, oh, oops, let me backtrack.
Yeah.
CB, don't forget to number the index card once you've decided on the final order, so that you'll be able to figure out the yes. But I would likely do this in pencil. That way I can renumber.
Yes.
Thanks for the sprints. See you guys later. All the dinner things are in the slow cooker.
Ooh, yummy.
Crockpot is like one of the most useful kitchen implements ever.
Oh yeah. Most definitely.
Yes, you're using a whole bunch in those single ring things. Okay, yes. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I love those little ring things. They're so handy.
Mm-hmm. All right. Shall we do another sprint?
Yes.
All right. So it's 4:20. So we have about 40 minutes left. So we could do 2 shorter ones or 1:25 and a short one. What would you prefer, Megan?
My dogs are still barking like crazy. Either or works.
Okay. All right. We will, since I have Laura's 25 still pulled up, actually, let's go to her maple leaf. Since it was right there on the suggested. Kind of out of season, but here we go. 25 minutes. All right. So, 1, don't forget to save. Save if you have not. Save if you have. Save all the time. 2, make sure that you have something to hydrate with and take a sip. Cheers. 3, make sure that you straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 25 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. That was sprint number 4. How'd we do?
Pretty good. I was on Twitter, but I found some really cute animal videos
Love those.
of a pangolin who was taking a bath. And I retweeted that. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm Megan McCarthy. And you can see a cute little pangolin just washing scales in the water. It's so cute. And then there's another video that's pretty funny of a bird landing on their owner's hair and just like falling off. It's really cute.
That sounds
The
cute.
bird was not harmed in the making of the video. It was just a cute video.
Nice. Good.
So I was getting all the good content.
Yes. All the good stuff. Restoring your faith in humanity through through cute animal videos, right? There's so many of those videos that they caption as things like that, like restoring my faith in or cute animals, whatever. Asking help from human, whatever. They're cute. Animals are just small and cute or big and cute, one or the other. So,
no matter what size they are, they're adorable.
Yes. Who is it that was saying that they were teaching their kids like the diminutive, like cat is kitten, but they,
Eva.
Yeah. That dog puppies was not computing because all dogs are puppies.
Yes.
That was yes.
That was funny.
Love that. All right.
I love the little minds thing. Like they don't have those like things imposed on them that we've like, you know, our thinking has been kind of boxed in and they haven't experienced that yet, so they have a lot of freedom in their thinking.
Yes. Yep. And your puppies had apparently, this is at the beginning of the sprint.
They apparently the boyfriend went out to go get some groceries, and as they bark as soon as they hear the door. They're like door. I'm like, calm down, guys. It's just a door.
They make for a good alarm system, though.
Oh, a very good alarm system. I know when anybody is walking by.
Yep. Heather says, when you were in junior high and high school, you had to number the index cards in a specific way to correspond to your outline. Yeah, and that does help definitely with academic writing, and that's one of the ways that teachers sort of, it's one of the ways to teach you about structuring and how things should flow academically, but also have that sort of like tactile rearrangement to keep you engaged. Doesn't always work. Yeah. Things have not changed since the 1980s about this. It just happens. Morgan says hello, just stopping in to say hello and leave a like. Thanks for coming. CB got 159 words that time. Excellent. Ooh. I got no more digital words. I got some thoughts written down on paper that I will at a later point add to. I think I found the motive for the murder.
Ooh.
I think, but I have to like clarify a little bit because right now it's a little vague, little iffy. But yeah. Kate says, the muse smacked me like a freight train, so I outlined a new scene for later in the story.
Nice. Yeah.
Isn't it funny how we describe the muse as like smacking us, but we're like, Muse, come back and do it again. A little bit masochistic of us, isn't it? Julie says, I was just joining in at the 3-minute mark. You went back to book 2 for copy edits. You sent back book 2 for copy edits. So you're diving back into the 52,000 words you had of book 3 and trying to remember where you were. Ah, yes. Yep. The whole like, am I giving myself spoilers, or had this already happened, or is it? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Kai got 469. Even though it needs a ton of editing, you really are liking what you're writing today. Excellent.
That's always good.
It's a great feeling. CB looked at the TV guide for Easter weekend. Utter garbage.
Oh.
Is there no Charlie Brown and the Easter Bunny thing on? I mean, because I know there's a Charlie Brown and the Great Pumpkin Patch, or whatever it is, and the Christmas tree. I'm assuming there's one for Easter weekend. I don't actually know.
I'm gonna look that up.
Is there a Charlie Brown Easter movie? Yeah. So yay for Murder Motive. Yes, indeed.
It's the Easter Beagle Charlie Brown.
What now?
It's the Easter Beagle Charlie Brown.
Easter Beagle Charlie Brown.
I haven't seen this one.
I haven't either. And
There's
somehow Easter Beagle doesn't mesh well in my brain. I don't know why. Really annoys CB when the TV at Easter is not the same caliber of TV at Christmas. I don't know when they started marketing sales stuff for Easter as compared to Christmas. I'm pretty sure Christmas is a sort of like older shopping holiday than Easter, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Nikki says, I've been doing some research, reading haunted house or suspense stories. Ooh, nice. Is there a particular haunted house, other than some of Laura's stuff? Is there a particular haunted house suspense thing that you would recommend, Megan?
I'm looking it up right now. There's a haunted house here in California. The allegedly haunted house. I'm gonna have to find it. What was it called? It's one of the ones where I'm the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, where construction began in 1884 and it never really stopped until the owner, Sarah Winchester, passed away in 1922. It is believed that she spent around $5 million on construction because she was convinced that her home was haunted by all of the victims killed by the Winchester rifle, and that the only way to quiet the spirits was to keep on building. And they think that she may be haunting the house now as well. So that is my favorite.
Yes. And there's actually, there's an anime episode where, and it's a ghost hunting anime. I'm trying to remember the name of it off the top of my head, but I can't remember. Anyway, they go to this haunted mansion that they say in the little the subtitles and in the notes that it's inspired by the Winchester mansion. In that the construction is all weird and like addition after addition after addition, and it sort of like mishmashes. But essentially, they come up with a theory that the extensions were built to keep something in.
Oh.
And so they go through this thing and they eventually find like the original small house inside that was hidden within a giant chimney chamber. And there's like a labyrinth maze
Oh,
between
wow.
that and like another shell of a house type thing. And it ends up being some sort of like Dracula
Ah.
creature thing. But it's very interesting. But I was very intrigued that it was based or inspired by a real mansion that had those like edition after edition. I'm like,
Oh,
oh
yeah, like, there are doors that lead to nowhere
yeah,
and, like, all sorts of stuff. It's great. I love
yeah.
it.
And that was they showed the characters sort of like measuring each room to try and figure out where there would be like hidden or hollow parts and things like that. Yeah. It was interesting. I can't remember what the name of it is though. I'll have to think about that. BA worked on the outline and the index cards and discovered you need more in the middle. Isn't that how it usually goes?
Yeah.
Nikki
Ah.
says, yes, I've heard of that place. Yes. Your mom used to live in a haunted house. Ooh, a lot of weird, unexplained things happened there. Well, maybe you could channel some of that into your stories. Beauty and the Beast is on. Is it the original or the live action? Or one of the many, many knockoffs, as is Space Jam, the original. I mean, those aren't bad choices.
Yeah.
I would not be mad at those. CB says, I will be listening to Classic FM all weekend because it's the Hall of Fame weekend. Ah, okay.
Mm.
Gotcha. Don't they have a countdown on the top 500 at Easter?
300 pieces.
300, not 500. Oh, you wish it was 500. Oh, you think it's the live action Beauty and Beast? Okay. I mean, still entertaining.
Yes.
Maybe not quite as nostalgic.
Yes.
But yeah. All right, y'all. Well, it is 2 minutes until 5 o'clock, which is when I normally stop. So you want
Micro
to think.
sprint.
We could use Devin's 75-second timer. Oops, this is gonna. Okay, here we go. We could use Devin's 75-second timer, or we could do our outros. What are you up for, Megan?
I don't know. I don't like making decisions.
All right, chat real quick. 75-second sprint or goodbyes? Let's see. Stevie was already on the way out.
And the stream was singing and dancing. No.
No.
I don't sing or dance in public.
My singing is questionable. My dancing even more so. Wild Duck says sprint. All right. Thank you, Wild Duck, for making the decision for us.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
All right. So here's Devin's 75-second sprint. Minute and a quarter. So here we go. See how many words you can write in a minute and 15 seconds. Ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I that was so short. That was so short. I rewrote part of a sentence. I didn't even get to the end of the sentence.
I didn't even try to write. I was like, I'm just gonna look at tweets on Twitter. I got through like 4 tweets, and then I'm like, oh, well, that went by really fast.
Yeah. Yeah. No, okay, so I think altogether, what is this? I maybe wrote 20 words. Maybe about 20 words. But yes. Tina said goodbye. Nikki also voted for a cool down sprint. Kai got 37 words.
Nice.
So I think at the moment Kai is the winner of Devin's short sprint. Maybe that ought to be what we do, is try and see in the, like, if you're ever gonna do Devin's short sprint, type in the comments like how many words you got, and we'll just have the competition in the chat. Kate got through some of the repetition report on Pro Writing Aid. Nice, excellent. BA blinked 30 times. Yeah, that's what it feels like. That's what it felt like. It was very, very quick. Quite funny, though. Quite fun. All right, y'all. Well, I'm afraid we must say goodbye. Before we do that, I'm going to copy and paste Devin's playlist. I got it before Devin this time. So, Megan, do you have an outro? Anything you'd like to say?
Just, if you have anything you need written sales copy wise, look me up on Fiverr. Maliciousness, I believe, on there. Just ignore the name. That I've had this account since I was in high school, so it's got an immature name, but whatever. And I'll see you guys next time, I guess.
Yes. And I will see y'all Monday and Wednesday of this week, but not after that, not until the 20th, which is the following Wednesday.
Oh,
it's a road trip. So, yes, going to see family.
Nice.
So I will be here some this week, but I have scheduled all the streams that I should be able to make. So just check out Devin's playlist and check out my channel, and I will be around in the chats. So
nice.
Don't forget to save.
Don't forget to save.
Don't forget to save. Before you go, hit the save button. All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye.